Yeah, I think if you don't have it, 90% of advertising is invisible, we know, because it all has the same point of view. There's too much of it, you cannot see all of it. If you don't have a different point of view, then you are going to be invisible and you can't possibly be creative unless you do have a different point of view. The point of creativity is to be different. Otherwise you're not creative, you're just part of the wallpaper. And if you aren't different, then you're not creative, you're just a stylist. Well, I think why most people fail at advertising, blogging and social media is they start trying to do advertising, blogging and social media. I don't try to do any of those things. I try to talk to people, and basically I do what I want to do, and I use those things instead of stopping and asking what are the rules for those things. Once you ask what are the rules for something, you pretty much ensure you're going to do it the same as everybody else. This is what I teach students. I teach lots and lots of students, and students always come to me and say, is that the right way to do it? Are you allowed to do it that way? Well, of course not. If you were allowed to do it, there wouldn't be any point in doing it. It would just be invisible. It would be like everybody else. So the same with advertising, blogging, social media and everything. I use that for what I want, and so social media to me is another advertising form. People often write me emails and say, this isn't the way you're supposed to do it. You're not supposed to use all caps in your social media, in your Twitter, or you're not supposed to write one line at a time in blogging. People are full of sending me all the rules for how you're supposed to do it. And all of these people are all failures. The point is, anything, when you look at the rules for how to do it, you pretty much guarantee you'll be invisible, which pretty much guarantees you'll be a failure, because the rules are about making everybody do it the same. Steve Jobs said, why would you join the Navy when you could be a pirate? That's the whole point. All these people want to be in the Navy, so you just look like in the Navy like absolutely everybody else. If you want to be a pirate, you've got to be different. And that's the fun, to be fair. That's the enjoyment. But then, of course, the people in the Navy won't like it. They want to make you obey the rules.
Okay.
I don't think that digital is the mainstream. I don't think anything is the mainstream. I think that's lazy thinking. I think nothing is the mainstream. There's what you should do. I mean, it's up to you. I'm perfectly happy for everybody else to think it's the mainstream, because it just means I'll be different, which means I'll get seen. But for me, if you think anything is the mainstream, newspapers, television, cinema, radio, as soon as you think something is the mainstream and you think it's done your job for you, and you don't have to do anything special or different to stand out, then you become part of the wallpaper, then you become like everybody else. Digital can't do the job for you any more than anything else can do the job for you, wherever you are. You have to think, how do I make myself different to everybody else? And the last thing you want to be as part of the mainstream, that's just the 90% that's invisible, that doesn't get seen. Why would anybody want to do that? You might as well keep your money in your pocket and not bother.